Welcome students. In this lecture, we shall discuss a very important formula for the fundamental laser line width, which is derived by Shavlov and Torrens, and therefore it is also called the Shavlov-Torrens equation or the condition. Why we are studying this? Because there may be number of line widths possible and line functions possible, but why there are few defined line shape functions? The uh, the uh, the cavity uh, criteria, oscillation criteria, directly gives the that there may be only few well defined line widths, and not all line widths are possible. Why? Because laser is a focused system. It gives a focused system in which we have to follow, the system has to follow some selectivity norms, and it cannot go beyond that. So laser can produce light of high spectral purity, that is high temporal coherence, as we have already seen. And the reasons for finite spectral width are those external factors. That means the spectral width is not infinite. So these are the constraints, that we must have high quality factor and infinite spectral width also. But the few factors limit the spectral width. How? There are external factors, which are temperature fluctuations, vibrations, which alter the oscillation frequency nu OS, and there are other reasons also, random or spontaneous emissions, because spontaneous emissions cannot be filtered out completely or totally. So this gives a reason for the output beam to be incoherent, because always spontaneous emissions give a reason, are the cause of incoherence. That we have seen that the energy spacings are not fixed or not well defined. There is a continuum actually. So that continuum causes different emissions. So when there are spontaneous emissions, we have a incoherence that is natural. The radiation arising out of a spontaneous emission represents a loss. As we have seen, number of spontaneous emissions per unit time into a mode, we can write F21 or gamma 21 is proportional to N2, that we can write Kn2. It is actually gamma, capital gamma, where already we have derived this formula during our previous discussions, pi square by tsp c by omega naught n cube g omega. Now actually this is correct. The formula for the rate is per unit volume per unit time, and this is in per unit time. So there is a bit of difference between these two things. So we have k and 2, that means 1 by t c. Here you see that k and 2 is equals to 1 by tc, that we have already seen. N2 is the number of atoms per unit volume in the upper laser level, and we assume that in the ground state it is 0. Ec is the passive cavity lifetime, and n is the number of photons in the cavity. So we are viewing this from the point of number of photons. Now this equation is derived by the first principles only. dn by dt is equals to k n n2 plus k n2 minus n by tc. Under steady state conditions, this rate of flow of photons in the cavity must be 0, and whence we obtain k n2 bracket n plus 1 equal to n by tc. Now if the number of photons in the cavity is quite large, we can approximate it with n, the bracketed term. So what I obtain, k n2 is equals to 1 over tc. So this justifies this expression. This we have already seen, and this we have discussed that there is a bit of difference between the rate and this rate f, number of spontaneous emissions per unit time in a mode. So this is per unit time per unit volume. Per unit time, not per unit volume, but gamma is in per unit volume, of course. That we shall see during the laser rate equations also, this thing. So we have seen that number of spontaneous emissions per unit time is equal to 1 by cavity lifetime. So energy in a mode per unit time can be obtained by multiplying it with the number of photons. Since n is the number of photons in the cavity, the total energy contained in the mode must be n, number of photons, into the energy of each photon. So I get the output power coming out of the laser as, that means the resonator, nh nu naught by Ec. Here Ec, we have seen that the cavity lifetime is inversely proportional to F, capital F. So similarly, it is also inversely proportional to the output power, and that way also we can think that if the cavity lifetime is more, the power will be low, and vice versa. From the quality factor of passive cavity, as in electrical resonant circuits, we see if we consider the line width of passive mode, we can write it mu naught by delta mu p. Similarly, in a similar way, quality factor of the oscillating laser caused by spontaneous emissions is Q equal to mu naught by delta spontaneous. This is for passive mode and this is for spontaneous emissions, where SP stands for spontaneous and delta nu SP is the line width of the oscillating laser caused by spontaneous emissions. Now equation 4 gives us NH nu is equal to P output into TC from here, and if I substitute for mu naught is equals to P out into TC by H for a single photon, I obtain the quality factor P out into TC by H divided by 1 over 2 pi TC, because the for a line width, the full line width at half maximum FWHM is equal to 1 over TC that we have already seen. So we can substitute it from here. Now mu naught, using equation 6 and 7, what we obtain, mu naught by delta nu spontaneous is equal to 2 pi output power TC square by H. Now you see here that this thing NH nu by TC is there, so we have obtained NH nu. NH nu is this thing, and if I see for one photon, then mu naught must be this thing. So at the peak value, we must have this thing, and the quality factor, it comes out to be 2 pi P out TC square by H. Comparing these two equations, what we obtain, mu naught by delta nu spontaneous equal to 2 pi into P output TC square. TC square is 1 over 2 pi delta nu E. So the line width for spontaneous transitions is equal to 2 pi by transforming this, I get 2 pi H nu naught delta nu square by P out. So if we want to obtain more output power, the line width Corresponding line width for spontaneous transitions must be less, and it must be peaked. Peaked, that means a monochromatic, and rest of the things are related with the cavity. So till the next lecture, we go through it from standard books, Ghatak, Swelto, Yari, and we shall have more discussion about laser rate equations in the next lectures. Thank you. Thank you.